I'm Lloyd Sigal. I'm a principal at Cohn Pedersen Fox Architects in New York. I was here from 1983 to 1988. Got a Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Architecture from the School of Arts and Architecture. I think architects can affect the world in many ways. I think as leaders, among teams and cities and communities, because of our education and our concern for the built environment. So I think on a macro scale, I think we can do a lot of great things as leaders, whether through planning or through community organization or urban design. I think in the buildings that we do, being responsible in the design process, relating to the cities that we're building in, being sensitive to the neighbors, to being sensitive to the context that we're working within. Penn State is unique in terms of the scale of the university. I started off actually as an engineering major outside of Penn State. Came into Penn State because of the choices, the broad spectrum of majors and experiences that it had to offer, and I think that's what attracted me here. In terms of architecture and what was significant in shaping my view of architecture, I think Penn State's program allows for a lot of independence, an entrepreneurial spirit. It's your project, you work with teammates, very much simulates how we actually work in the world as architects. The other thing that really affected my life as an architect was the foreign study program. Getting that sort of teaser for the semester plus, because we had to go to school and then also travel and see the world. It really gave me a view of what was out there in terms of architecture, and so in my career as an architect, I think there's a continuation of that in terms of where I've worked, the kind of work I've done, and of course the travel. I still have a lot of fond memories of experiences with faculty, and my thesis professor, Larry Wolf, had a profound influence in my life as an architect. He was a practitioner who came back and taught at Penn State, and so that sort of bridge between the practice of architecture and the academics of architecture was very, very strong. In terms of continuation, I've looked for ways to stay active and stay connected to Penn State over the years, and my relationship with Dan Willis, especially over the last 3 or 4 years with his professional practice course, coming into New York City, hosting the group, giving presentations, and explaining how large firms work as part of the professional practice course, and really giving students a peek into how what the profession of architecture really is outside of school. And some of those relationships have continued. Students call, we continue to talk. I've come back for juries, and that's all very positive in terms of, for me, and I think the students will benefit from it. My role as an architect is I'm a manager who comes from a design background. Started off my career as a designer, and slowly over time evolved more into a leader, a manager, and I think my role in creating architecture is bringing teams together, which includes consultants, specialists, engineers, other designers, and creating teams, and getting the best ideas out of those teams. And then the second part of my role is making sure those big ideas get built according to what the vision really is. And that's sometimes hard. That entails going through all of the detailing and coordination, construction, and that's not always the fun part, but it's very rewarding when you see the design and then the idea becoming a reality. In terms of my projects, I worked on numerous award-winning projects, National AA Award winners, LEED Platinum projects, ULI winners, very high profile, and projects like Baruch College in New York, Samsung headquarters in Seoul, South Korea, and Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, among many others. And those are all collaborative efforts from me, working with larger teams. and bringing those through to a level of quality that we're proud of. I think architecture today is a lot different in education than it was when I was in school, and certainly the practice is a lot different. So I think the sort of globalization of architecture is very important these days. Being connected, understanding what's going on around the world, how to interact with people around the world technologically, staying current, traveling. It's hard to be a practitioner and stay at home and just think about what you're doing today. I think looking forward and staying as a vital part of the global community is very important, and it's something that Penn State offers. There's a pride in being an alum of Penn State, staying involved. Everything from the architectural school to the football games on Saturdays. And I think as I started connecting back with all of my former classmates, over the last few days we shared a lot of those memories, and so I think that's special. And I think the degree that you stay in touch is important, because it goes two ways. I think the alums can help the school, and I think obviously the reputation of the school helps the alums. So it goes both ways.